Beautiful warm day on the Sun Coast coming to an end, but that could change as soon as Thursday. We have an hour-by-hour update as First Alert Weather Day approaches. Plus, why a man on the run from local law enforcement ended up in the hospital. A ballot proposal that could mean more money for Floridians. Your Sun Coast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 6.
I'm all for safety, and I just wonder how much of a problem there's been here with safety.
Our top story tonight, controversy over some new lifeguard towers at Manatee County beaches. We'll hear more from a taxpayer who says it's not necessary and the people behind the new project in just a few minutes. But first, warmer temperatures today on the Sun Coast. Gorgeous day, but some stormy weather possible on Thursday. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with more. Bob?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, another warm day today, highs into the upper 70s, another warm one for this winter, but not this week. We've had very chilly weather over the past couple of days now, but things will be warm again tomorrow. But we have a First Alert Weather Day on Thursday, meaning we'll have some very disruptive weather on Thursday morning, mainly showers, but there is a slight risk of some severe thunderstorms, one or two becoming severe at times with winds much stronger, up to 50 to maybe 60 miles an hour, and some isolated storms. I think most everyone's going to get the rain with this front now, and it looks like turning cooler again. So winter will be back as early as Thursday night and Friday morning. But tomorrow, a different story. We have this east to southeasterly wind flow today that warmed us into the upper 70s. Tomorrow's highs will be into the low 80s, even some mid 80s inland. Could see some records across the state on that south wind. But here comes the front, and here comes the changing weather. This model in particular showing the front making its way through the panhandle on into Thursday morning early. And then for us, just after sunrise, a line of showers and intense thunderstorms at times for some isolated areas will be sliding on through, and you can see the timing of this. This is still at 9:30, showing it going through South Sarasota and Charlotte counties and eventually clearing out of here by midday. Behind it, things turn much colder as a result of the north winds. But today, a different story. Finally, some beach weather a lot of folks can enjoy out there, and not much of a sunset due to some clouds off in the distance. We'll have much more in our forecast coming up in a few minutes. Scott?
Bob, thank you. A manhunt turned rescue in Sarasota County. Take a look at this video from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. They say the man in the pond was wanted on outstanding warrants and jumped into the water to try and escape, but he struggled to stay afloat. After being rescued, Richard Garay of Nokomis told deputies he could not swim, but wanted to avoid arrest. He had to be taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for treatment, but is now in the Sarasota County Jail facing obstruction charges. New at 6, the owners of a mini golf course in Sarasota are looking for 2 burglars who stole money from their gaming machines. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say it happened last week at Evie's Family Golf Center on Bee Ridge Road. Take a look at the surveillance stills. The manager says the men in the black and the red shirts are seen moving from game to game as if they were playing, but they were actually prying those games open to steal the money inside. 14 machines were targeted in all, but it's not known how much money they got away with. Coquina and Cortez Beach will soon have 11 new lifeguard towers. Manatee County Commissioners approving 3 new towers to be built at Cortez Beach, and then 8 existing towers on Coquina Beach will be replaced. ABC7's Taylor Torregano has the details on the upgrade from Cortez Beach.
Right now, I'm standing on one of 3 jetties here on Cortez Beach. The other 2 are just off into the distance behind me. Now, the chief of Beach Patrol tells me today these jetties are exactly why he needs 3 new lifeguard towers, 1 for each. He says right now, if there's an emergency that happens in this area, there's no one here to respond. Lost children, spinal and leg injuries, people stuck under the jetties, just to name a few of the emergency calls to Cortez Beach.
We want to protect those lives, and I've been doing this job for 30 years in this county. And I've seen quite a bit of incidents that have occurred up there.
The chief of the Beach Patrol in Manatee County says they're looking to be proactive and get ahead of these 911 calls.
It's important not only to our community and our local patrons, but it's also crucial to the people that come and visit our county and our lovely beaches.
Nearly 3 million visitors that go to Coquina and Manatee beaches every year, and that doesn't include those who go to Cortez right next door. All of this part of Chief Westerman's pitch to the county commission, and he finally got what he's been asking for. 11 new lifeguard towers. The 8 already on Coquina will be upgraded, and 3 new ones will be built to cover each jetty on Cortez.
Each one of the towers are estimated to be around $126,000 to construct.
The county will pay for the towers with its half-cent sales tax increase. Commissioners also agreed to use the general fund for 6 new lifeguards that will be needed too. The chief says that could cost anywhere between $100,000 to $200,000 a year.
If you really want to know the truth, I'm not sure I'm all that happy about it.
Del Meyer says he's not convinced the new towers are worth it.
Is it really necessary? Is it a good expenditure? Is it a good use of taxpayers' money?
While other beachgoers say
lifeguards, you can see them, they're right there, and they're providing a public service and protecting people on the beach.
Now, the chief says the funding for all 11 lifeguard towers has already been approved, so now they just need to begin with construction. He's hoping that will start in the next month or so, with the best case scenario of it all being complete by July. I'm reporting at Cortez Beach, Taylor Torgano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Taylor, thank you. New developments tonight in the battle over a portrait of the Virgin Mary on the side of an 85-year-old woman's home in Bradenton. Millie Francis is now being threatened with a lawsuit by the mobile home park where she lives. They're demanding she take down the painting of the Virgin Mary she has on the side of the mobile home, and if she doesn't do it within 30 days, they will sue her. We talked with a woman about a month ago, and she told us they'd have to kill her before she took it down. Governor Ron DeSantis naming his 3rd Supreme Court justice today. DeSantis appointing Carlos Munoz to the High Court. That's 3 justices since taking office that will shift the ideology of the court to the political right. The selection solidifies a solid conservative majority on the court that is expected to more likely back decisions by the Republican-led legislature and the governor.
The role of a judge is to preserve the Constitution, not to add to it or subtract from it. I believe strongly in judicial independence, but judges have to earn that independence through their fidelity to the Constitution.
DeSantis earlier appointed South Florida appellate judges Barbara Lagoa and Robert Luck to the Florida Supreme Court. Another major decision announced today, this one by the U.S. Supreme Court, announcing it is allowing President Trump's transgender military ban to go into effect. LGBT activists call the ban cruel and irrational. The policy blocks individuals who have been diagnosed with a condition known as gender dysphoria from serving. According to the government data, nearly 9,000 service members identified as transgender in 2016. Coming up tonight at 11, we'll hear from LGBTQ members of the community and former service members about their thoughts on the ban. A Florida attorney is pushing for an increase in the state's minimum wage. Attorney John Morgan announcing today his initiative got more than the 120,000 signatures needed to send it now to the Florida Supreme Court. The ballot initiative would increase the state's minimum wage by $1 every year beginning in 2023 until it reaches $15 an hour. Florida's minimum wage right now, $8.46 an hour. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a protest in South Florida turns into a heated argument why one man ended up in jail. And members of the community hoping to do their part to help the Coast Guard working without paychecks right now. How you can help when we come back.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2019 edition of Circus Sarasota. It's under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC, Friday, February 15th through Sunday, March 10th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off, courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org. Go to the Circus Sarasota box office at the Big Top or call 941-355-9805.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New sales event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, over 80 in stock. Or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Get there today and drive away in a new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Ladies, have you noticed your earrings aren't sitting upright where they should? Introducing Magic Backs, the must-have beauty breakthrough designed to instantly lift and support your earrings so they sit upright where they should. Just replace any earring back with Magic Backs. The secret is the easy lift heart-shaped design that securely supports your earring against your earlobe. Slide Magic Backs onto any earring post. They'll instantly sit more upright, feel more secure, and look more beautiful. Magic Backs works on any post, even dangly earrings. They keep heavy earrings from drooping, but they also keep little studs lifted. Magic Backs works on anyone, any age, any post earring, any shaped ear. Make all your earrings look better with Magic Backs for as low as $19.99. Call right now and we'll send you a second pair absolutely free. We'll also send a storage case. That's 4 Magic Backs and storage case for as low as $19.99. So call or go online now.
Experience true automotive luxury at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
There is nothing like living footloose and fancy-free on the Sun Coast. Hakuna Matata, no worries. Don't miss The Lion King live on stage at Van Wezel, March 2019. Get your tickets starting November 2nd at vanwezel.org.
An update now on a story we first told you about yesterday. Hundreds of bikers and ATV riders took over the South Florida streets in a gun protest called Wheels Up, Guns Down. But at one point, a man and a woman got into a heated confrontation with the protesters who were blocking a main street. Reporter Rebecca Vargas shows us the video, which is now going viral.
We've seen Wheels Up, Guns Down on the long weekend to mark the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday. Bikes in Miami's Brickell neighborhood blocking traffic. Dream Defenders shooting this video around 5:20 Monday at Brickell Avenue on Southwest 8th Street as a frustrated driver gets out of her vehicle and confronts a group.
Good job! Okay, leave us alone, please.
A second video shows the encounter escalating, both sides getting physical.
You just ran over my phone! You're tired! Don't touch me, you thug!
There's name calling and then a bystander gets involved. Then racial slurs fly and a gun is drawn.
That guy in the red! Yeah, right behind this guy, you got him!
The man with the weapon in hand, 51-year-old Mark Allen Bartlett. He would later be arrested and charged with carrying a concealed weapon.
Losers! You ran over my foot!
That was Rebecca Vargas reporting. As of this morning, Bartlett had bonded out of jail. Well, we're now in a story 1 month into the government shutdown, and members of the U.S. Coast Guard still are not getting paid. To help active duty members and their families at Station Cortez in Manatee County, members of the 53rd Avenue Church of Christ drove 2 truckloads of food to their location. The chief petty officer in charge says donations from all over the Manatee County community have come in, things like food, gift cards, and supplies. Community organizers from the church say for some, not getting a paycheck is critical, and being able to provide for those who serve our country is extremely humbling.
Typically, we feed anybody who is in need, but clearly right now, the government workers are in need. Regardless of where you feel that we are on the political spectrum, these are people that are protecting us, keeping us safe, and they're the ones right now that are suffering, so we need to make sure that we feed them and take care of them and their families.
If the shutdown continues, the church will look to provide food for local air traffic control workers as well. Wonderful thing, our community giving back to those who need some help right now.
Yeah, Starfish Seafood Company and a restaurant right next door doing the same thing, helping out there. So folks lending a hand. And warm temperatures today, Scott. Highs were in the upper 70s. Tomorrow even warmer still, it looks like, into the mid 80s. So it's been winter to spring to summer. It's like in 3 days here in Florida. Holmes Beach webcam showing finally some beach weather returning to the Suncoast, but for a short time only. One more day, in fact, and then things start to chill out again. as a result of a cold front that's going to be associated with this pretty big storm system now that's going to cause some heavy snowfall. It's already causing blizzard warnings due to the drifting and strong winds behind it in eastern portions of Colorado tonight. There are winter storm warnings out for Chicago and in the southern portions of Wisconsin, even into Iowa. But for us, no winter, but pretty nice today. Upper 70s to low 80s for highs today on a southeast wind around an area of high pressure off the Carolina coast. But that's all about to change. Tomorrow we'll still see that south wind. It'll be a bit breezy like we saw today at times, and the humidity will come back up. So there'll be plenty of moisture, plenty of energy in the atmosphere just in time for the arrival of this cold front. Now we'll be slicing through parts of the panhandle late Wednesday night and into early Thursday morning. For us, the storms arrive on Thursday morning. That's when we're going to see a first alert weather day. Thursday morning, showers and thunderstorms. Some of that rain could be heavy at times, and there could even be an isolated thunderstorm or two that could produce winds up to 50 to 60 miles an hour. Not out of the question, there's a 5% chance for an isolated tornado as well. You can see this is from the Storm Prediction Center for Thursday morning for west central Florida. We are in that slight risk, and also a 5% chance for an isolated tornado as they roar ashore come early Thursday morning. Rainfall totals will be a little bit more widespread, I think, with this front than we saw with the last one. We will see up to a ½ inch to an inch and a half of rainfall. Some isolated areas could get a little bit more, but generally under 2 inches of rain. And then the forecast is calling for warm temperatures, upper 70s for the day on Wednesday, even some low to mid 80s. I would not be surprised to see some low to mid 80s, especially east of the interstate. Well, the European forecast model showing pretty much the same timing with that storm as I showed you with the other one. All of it will be out of here, it looks like, by 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then push off to the east, and we'll have that north wind. It'll cool things off. The European forecast model is suggesting a low pressure area developing in the Gulf and then working its way over into the Bahamas on Sunday now. That rain chance, though, at 30% for us. Yesterday, this same model had the storm right over the top of us, so the trending is further off to the south. So we'll see how that plays out, but if it goes a little bit further south, our rain chances will lessen for Sunday at this point. But look at the snowfall forecast for early next week, Tuesday, all the way down and throughout all of Mississippi and throughout Alabama. Pretty hard to believe, but we'll see if it plays out. 72 degrees right now. We have fair skies, east to southeast winds at 14 miles an hour. The high today was warm, as I mentioned, 79 degrees, and the low was 48. Big turnaround in temperature for us today. As far as the beach and boating forecast goes, southeast winds at 15 knots. Seas will be 2 to 4 feet, and there'll be a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 63 degrees. And that will cool down over the weekend with that north wind steady, I think, both on Saturday and Sunday. So a first alert weather day, meaning disruptive weather, especially for your morning commute, getting the kids to school. It's going to be a little rough going on Thursday, so plan some extra time for that. And there could be some severe storms around as well. It will be a warm Wednesday. And then look at the cooler temperatures. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, only into the 60s. In fact, we stay in the 60s all the way through Tuesday of next week, and that rain chance now at 30% for that storm on Sunday. That could go a little higher. We'll keep an eye on those models for you right now. We'll keep it at a slight chance for showers. We'll definitely have a lot of clouds around on Sunday with that low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Florida lawmakers trying to find some solutions to gas shortages before and after hurricanes. Senator Gary Farmer of Fort Lauderdale has filed a proposal that calls for creating a task force that would come up with a fuel reserve plan. The task force would have to submit that plan by April of next year. The need for a fuel reserve became evident in 2017 when Hurricane Irma hit the state, which forced massive evacuations. Gas stations across the state ran out of gas before and after the storm. And after spending $130,000 to feed workers during Irma, Sarasota County agrees to a less expensive catering contract. County commissioners recently approving a 3-year contract with Metz Culinary Management and Madison's Catering as its secondary vendor to provide meals for county workers who are stationed at the Emergency Operations Center. The contract with Metz would provide workers with 4 meals a day at $30 each. That's much cheaper than the $26 per person per meal that the county spent during Irma, costing taxpayers that $130,000. Right now, Sarasota City Commissioners are discussing plans for the year. You're looking now at the meeting from City Hall. Some of the notable items on that agenda include an update from the Planning Director on various planning department initiatives, including the Transportation Master Plan, Attainable Housing, Sidewalk Widths, and the Rosemary District Overlay. Coming up at 11, we'll have the highlights from tonight's meeting. Sarasota County leading the state in the percentage of unvaccinated kindergartners, though Vaccinations are mandated for every school district in the state. There are ways around them. The Department of Health says the reason for Sarasota County's high unvaccinated rate is a high religious exemption use. There are nearly 3,200 kindergarten students in Sarasota County, and only 90% of them were vaccinated last year. This is a topic that local doctors feel strongly about.
Vaccinate your children. It is very important. It prevents diseases. It prevents illnesses that are easily preventable. It protects your children, your family, and the people around you.
Coming up on ABC7 at 7, we'll hear more about what you can do to protect your children from diseases and what health officials have to say about Sarasota County. When we come back, we're going to hear from a famous actress who's on the Suncoast today helping out a retreat for artists.
Tonight, as the shutdown hits 1 month with no end in sight, new fallout, and why millions of American families could soon be at risk. Plus, the bone-chilling cold as a new winter storm takes shape. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Replacing your outdated paneling?
Yeah.
That's a do-it-yourself. Replacing your old electrical panel?
Nah.
That's a don't do it yourself. Older homes are overloaded with electrical issues. Trust the safety pros at your locally owned Mr. Sparky and set them right. Our trained electricians will point out any problems, give you a fair price, and always leave your home safer than we found it.
No harm.
Schedule your electrical panel replacement today.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $185 a month, or get 0.9% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
You love the look of exterior lighting, but lighting contractors cost a fortune. And wiring your own lights? Well, don't try that at home. You need Disc Lights by Bell & Howell, the portable, powerful, solar-powered LED outdoor lights that mount flat to the ground to create incredible cascades of light. Best of all, there's no wiring at all. Just press Disc Light flat to the ground and you're done. Bell & Howell disc lights utilize light conversion technology that absorb the sun's energy in storage cells, where it's converted into solar-powered electricity. So when the sun goes down, disc lights come up for 10 full hours and turn off automatically in daylight. And now you can get this set of 4 Bell & Howell disc lights for just $19.95. But wait, order today and we'll even ship it to you free. But there's more. Order today and you can get a second set of 4 disc lights. Just pay a separate fee. So don't delay. Order your Bell & Howell disc lights today. Call now.
Call 1-800-974-0967 or go to disclights.com. That number again is 1-800-974-0967 or order online at disclights.com.
To all the men and women that serve our country,
overseas as well as here in the U.S.
We'd like to thank you for your service.
For all you do for us to keep us safe.
And the sacrifice that you put in for us.
Thank you for all you do for our country. Thank you for serving our country.
Thanks for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Thanks for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Unique Services. Thank you for keeping us safe at home.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
This weekend on the ABC7 live stream.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New sales event at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota, where you always get better prices and a bigger selection. Right now, get America's most affordable 7-passenger vehicle, a new Dodge Journey for just $17,999. Or get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $24,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota today.
One of Hollywood's most famous actresses of the 1970s in Sarasota today, Academy Award nominee Ally McGraw, here to help raise money for the Hermitage Artist Retreat in Englewood. McGraw, best known for co-starring with Ryan O'Neal in Love Story. The New York native now lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and she says she sees a lot of similarities between Santa Fe and Sarasota.
That we're both smallish cities with a gigantic amount of cultural energy. And as a New Yorker who was used to the huge culture available there, and it's everything I love, I now want to live in a smaller city, which I do in Santa Fe, but I want all that world-class culture, and Sarasota has it.
McGraw is also very active in animal rights, and she will turn 80 years old this year. You would never know it. She looks great, doesn't she, Bob?
Yeah, all the stars come here to the Suncoast.
They do,
We had Jane Seymour last week in the Manatee County, right up in the Riverwalk. Shaquille O'Neal, that's right, Shaq, man. He was here. We were looking at some nice weather for all the folks visiting right now, but things are about to change on Thursday with some pretty big storms. You know, the last front was kind of a little weaker than anticipated, but it did cause some heavy rain in South County on Sunday morning. We didn't get much in Sarasota or Manatee counties. We are expecting a little bit more widespread action on Thursday. That's the first alert weather day. We're watching Sunday. Sunday is going to be interesting right now. It's a little bit up in the air as far as how much rain we may get.
Model's not agreeing.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Bob, thank you. Thank you for joining us. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Have a great evening.